Over 35 students from the Greenheart Medical University have secured visas to remain in Guyana and continue their studies. And according to the university's administration, there are now improved performances as a result. Here's more. Earlier this year, the Greenheart Medical University was in the spotlight as some students protested in their claim of being ripped off by the university as many promises were broken. There is now a new administration, and as the year draws to a close, there is renewed hope for the students remaining as they have all secured visas to remain in the country. The students' visas expired 5 months ago and they have been uneasy since then. However, this student says, like many others, she is now less stressed.
It's okay. Now I'm feeling much better. Before we were in bit stressed, like when are we going to get and what's happening. But now it's okay. We are happy now.
Public Relations Officer Rupert Singh says the students' spirits have now been lifted and they are now performing better.
Because now the students they can concentrate better. We've already seen good results from this already, where they're no longer stressed out or anything like that. They're working, they're studying, they're writing exams today and tomorrow, and they're in just single mode, just completely focused on their exams, and that's a pretty good sign for us.
I think this is an important step for Greenheart Medical University, because that means our students are legal in this country, so they can travel back to their country of origin during this Christmas and come back. We are very happy, and we are to say thank you very much to Minister of Home Affairs for releasing the visas.
Additionally, they remain hopeful that the university will continue to foster good relations with the local authorities and produce quality medical doctors. The visas expire at the end of October 2009. Reporting for...
Thanks for staying with the NCN 6 o'clock news. Transport Minister Robeson Ben says auxiliary works are being done to facilitate the opening of the Takatu Bridge. Though a tentative date has not yet been set, he says the formal opening should be sometime early next year. More in this report.
The 230-meter-long Takatu Bridge has been described by Transport Minister Robeson Ben as a symbol of freedom and friendship between Guyana and Brazil. Although the bridge has been completed for some time now, Minister Ben says there are still outstanding works.
Kilometer and a half on the Guyana side is being addressed by the 6th Engineering Battalion of the Brazilian Army. Our ministry itself, we are sending a team into Letem to do roads in Letem over the next week.
The minister had visited the site with Foreign Affairs Minister Carolyn Rodriguez Burkett and Home Affairs Minister Clement Rohi to assess the port of entry and use of facilities. According to him, these issues and other policies are currently being finalized.
There is a multi-purpose building for the customs, immigration and others which is completed. Certain internal works will be completed shortly, and a waste scale. Some legislative issues with regard to orders and other things will be done within the next 2 or 3 weeks to put things together.
In an earlier interview with NCN, Region 9 Chairman Clorendo Lucas stated that the Letem community is prepared for the opportunities which would be provided with the opening of the bridge. To this end, government has been mulling the resuscitation of the Moko Moko hydropower plant, which would boost electrical capacity in areas which are expected to see a high influx of activity. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, I'm Charlotte Lau.
A 24-year-old drug addict has chopped his father to death at their Waikarbra-Soos-Dyke home early this morning. Some residents believe that the incident may have stemmed from the father's refusal to give his son money to fuel his addiction. More in this report.
57-year-old Stanislaus Gomes, also known as Santa, received multiple chops about the body around 8 hours this morning. The wounds are alleged to have been sustained at the hands of his son, Andrew Gomes, who residents insist is a drug addict. Reports are that Gomes was in the yard brushing his teeth when the son attacked him from behind. Stanislaus' nephew Ronald Boyle says that after the son Andrew committed the act, he went on the highway where he told neighbors that he had just killed his father.
Yes, I met him on the road and I asked him what happened to your father. He says nothing. And somebody who called us, I see him on the road and he said, we should go and get police because the bike and get away. So I go to the station and get police. No, I didn't see back when we get the police. We coming straight in here when we come in see the man lying on the ground. No, all he said, I asked you, I'm to your father, and he says nothing. I asked him, will you do your father anything? He said, no, he didn't do your father nothing.
Boy says he spoke with his uncle minutes before his death and adds that the youngster Gomes picked up the drug abuse habit at a very early age. It is believed that the youngster Gomes may have refused to give his son money as he had demanded, and this resulted in a dispute. Ronald's brother, Trevor, says that he cannot come to grip with what really occurred.
It's hard to understand why would someone do something like this. But given the nature that he's an addict, drugs addict, is anything expected from people like that?
When NCN visited the scene, brain matter was evident on the ground, and when the morticians removed the body, a single chop across the head was also visible. Andrew is the only child for his father, and they have resided in the area for approximately 9 years. Andrew was later arrested by police at the resident's home and remains in police custody. The man is now said to be assisting with investigations. For the NCN 6 o'clock news, I am Giselle Archibald.
A new study conducted by the World Health Organization has revealed that universal and voluntary testing, followed by immediate treatment, can reduce new HIV cases within a 10-year period. This comes as the world prepares to observe World AIDS Day on December 1. More in this report.
A group of HIV specialists attached to the World Health Organization have developed a mathematical model of HIV ahead of a worldwide observance of World AIDS Day. The study found that voluntary testing followed by immediate antiretroviral therapy treatment can reduce new HIV cases by 95% within a 10-year period. Authors of the study also report that this could also have additional public health benefits, including reducing the incidence of tuberculosis and the transmission of HIV from mother to child. Additionally, the model suggests that there could be a significant reduction of HIV-related morbidity and mortality in resource-limited countries with generalized HIV epidemics. The current WHO policy on treatment involves voluntary testing and clinical or immunological evaluation of the CD4 count to determine eligibility for treatment with antiretrovirals. The WHO is recommending that preventative interventions be maintained and expanded. This includes male circumcision, partner reduction, correct and consistent use of condoms, and interventions targeting most at-risk populations, also known as combination prevention. The WHO will convene a meeting early next year, bringing together ethicists, human rights activists, prevention experts, and AIDS program managers to discuss this and other issues related to the wider use of antiretroviral therapy for HIV prevention. In Guyana, there are scores of voluntary testing sites providing a free service, and antiretroviral treatment is also free in the country, with drug being manufactured right here by the New Guyana Pharmaceutical Corporation.